Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for joining. I'm doing something a little bit different today. As you can tell, my face is on here, and recently it hasn't been. I'm going to share a few clips from a length game that I recently played with a former student of mine and a good friend of mine. And he's quite a high-level player, very aggressive attacking style of play, fit, fast. Little caveat, I promised I put it out there for him. You're going to see him leaning over a little bit as though he's sucking wind. He was unfortunately having some glucose deficiencies, a little bit of blood sugar stuff, so I think he was feeling slightly lightheaded on the day. To balance it out, my knee was a bit sore, so my movement was slightly dodgy. In any case, I think there's some good stuff in here, and I'm going to talk you through bits and pieces of it as you watch. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so you see my friend Ali over there bending over. You know, it's a sign we just started, and he's already feeling it. Not fitness, it's that lightheadedness. You're also going to see that we're putting in some of the loose balls, putting them into the front of the court. Now, we usually play with a condition where if something is really short in the middle of the court, we are allowed to attack it because, hey, build good habits, right? Become aware of the low quality weak balls and take advantage of them when they arise. You're also going to obviously notice that there's some stuff that's happening where the ball is ending up a bit short, so they're almost like kills. We're just playing length so that the second bounce has to cross the short line. We let that slide a little bit because I personally find that second bounce, short line probably doesn't result in the best length, to be quite honest. It ends up landing in no man's land. So what I usually say is if you're going to hit that kill, let's try to hit the kill as best as possible so it stays extra short. And our games eventually turn into length with kills, just like that shot. He got on the volley early. He clipped the tin, unfortunately, but that's what he does. He's really, really good at that. So, a little bit of that mental stuff for him. He's feeling the lightheadedness, and he wants to get the rallies over with quickly. It's understandable. Some nice stuff where he's forcing me to really lift. See, I try forcing the kill at the wrong time. His length was short. Could have been a well-executed shot, but I'd like to give myself the benefit of the doubt. I'm going to keep practicing that so I can get that in consistently. All right, I'm just trying to get that ball stuck to the sidewall. Try to squeeze him if I can. That's short. Take advantage. Try to hold him a little bit, but it's not deep enough. That's also, again, too short. See, Ali loves to volley. So because he loves to volley, I really try to hold and snap as often as possible because he hunts over for the straight drive a lot. It's tight by him. And there's the drop like I mentioned. It's a nice finishing cross-court nick. I'm not sure it was part of the plan, but hey, when you hit a good shot, you got to learn to adapt on my end, right? Now I'm trying to get in front of him on the volley. Keep him pinned behind me, make him do a little bit extra work. So, when you're playing someone who loves to volley a lot, you have two choices. Well, a few choices. I like to think of one, can I hit that ball low and hard enough to get it past their volley zone? Because the volley zone, when the ball is really low and it's really fast, it's a tough volley to hit. But if the ball is sort of medium pace and waist, shoulder height, easy volleys to put away. It's another little cross-court nick by him. So I think about the volley zone. So I think, can I hit low and hard and obviously wide enough to get it past him so he can't volley it? Or if he does cut it off, which you see him doing fairly often, he's not in an aggressive attacking position to cut it off. The second thing is then you use height and you try to get some cross-court lobs in. And if you are like Ali, or if you're playing an opponent who isn't feeling great, then they're going to try to go for a lot of shots. And sometimes you just want to let them go for those shots because then the percentages are favorable for you. And then if you're playing with counterattacking, obviously, in a conditioned game or in a regular game, obviously you can counterattack. then you can really take the game to them and put some fear into their minds and some doubt into their minds by counterattacking their attacks, and then it'll probably kind of nip it in the bud a little bit. Just trying to use some variation over there with that straight kill. A little variation with the serve. Aimed for the nick, got a bit lucky hitting that nick. Frustrated him even more. Oh, it's loose by me. Unfortunately, he clipped sidewall, but that's a really nice follow-up volley kill. Okay, let's take a minute and show you another game. So what you're seeing now, folks, is there's the last few rallies from the full court games that we played at the end. And Ali's obviously feeling it. He was up by quite a few points. I managed to claw some back because he was obviously feeling lightheaded. It became pretty tough at the end. And you see, talking. It was a fun match. We didn't play the full match, obviously. We kind of played one full court game to finish things off. And he was up a lot. We actually took a break in the middle of the game so he could go get like a chocolate bar or some kind of a bar that gave him some carbohydrates and a bit of protein. I don't know what he got at the end of the day. But what I was really trying to do was just simplify the game, try to stay in front of him as much as possible. But, you know, that's right there is the quality. I put in a high drop, but it was relatively tight to the sidewall, I think. He got a nice lob, which ended up being a winner. So he gives me this really fluffy serve because he has this belief that I hit easy shots worse than I hit tough shots. So here I am trying to really stay on the volley and stay in front of him. But, you know, he's relentless with his attacks as well. So it makes for an interesting game. Couldn't quite get under that. And that's a nice little finish by him going for that cross-court nick. And I think that maybe one or two rallies to go, and it's the end of the match or the end of the game. I think this one gets a little scrambly and scrappy as well. See another loose serve. He's trying to suck me into playing that cross-court nick. He's standing at the back. I not so intelligently hit it right back to him. Not aware of his movement or his position on court. And here I am just trying to stay on the volley. It's a nice little drop by him. He's looking for support at the end. So, you know, this was fantastic. It was fun to play. It was tough mentally, tough physically. And I hope you guys found some entertainment and got a little bit of value out of it. All right, leave some messages in the comments and give it a thumbs up if you liked the video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so.